Lincoln.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We're streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com, on Twitter at WLCN Sports. Boy, we're outside. It's cold and windy.
It is?
It's not bad. A little bit. We are at Four Corners Lube, located on the west side of town.
Yep.
I think. Is that right?
Right out there.
East and west, north and south.
Four Corners, yeah.
You got a 25% chance of making it on that call.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
And I
input.
would call you the best color man in the business for nothing.
That's right, when he's here. Joe Ryan's back.
Joe Ryan continuing his perfect attendance streak.
And he was,
I'm here most of the time, except when I'm not. You guys have all missed. Don't pull that garbage on me.
What?
You know what I mean?
Well, we actually had some intelligent talk last week, me and Jake.
Well, it's because you had John Blackburn on. That's the only reason.
No, John didn't come on. It was just
he
me
didn't
and Jake.
come on and talk?
He did not.
What's wrong with him?
Well,
He didn't even have the bacon ready for us.
we had no
I knew
bacon.
that.
You must have called.
I'd call that stuff off if I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
We're not having any bacon. You guys aren't worth bacon.
Well, we got some guys in with us this morning. Some state qualifiers. Austin O'Donohue, Trevor Bree, and Coach Lawrence with us this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thanks for rolling out of bed and taking some time to come and talk to us. I know it's been a while. What about 6-7 weeks, maybe longer?
Sounds about right.
I don't know.
Since you guys went over to Champaign. Austin, you're a freshman.
Yeah.
Trevor, sophomore. And went over to Champaign and was representing Lincoln Community High School in a state tournament. And first of all, let's go over a little bit about their season, which led up to that. Coach, tell us a little bit about these kids and how they progressed through the season in order to advance to the state tournament.
Well, I think both of them had a pretty good season. We upped our schedule this year, make it a little bit tougher, knowing that we had some pretty good kids coming in. We had this thing working?
Yep, you're good.
And we're back.
Had some returning kids coming in from last year, so we upped our schedule, added some tournaments. I think we had 3 2014 tournaments, one 16-team tournament that we took, second in as a team?
Yeah.
So we really wanted to challenge these guys and give them the matches to be able to get them to state, maybe get on the podium. How you guys tell us about how you guys did in the season? You guys know a little bit more, remember more about that than I do.
We'll start with Austin. Austin, the freshman. How do you feel you did your freshman year, and was it a big jump from junior high wrestling to high school wrestling?
I think I had a great year this year. My freshman year was, I think it's one of the best years a freshman's ever had in our school, and they're better than Coach Lawrence. So I'm going to keep that streak going.
Now, whoa. He taught me first, and then you taught me.
And then I topped him, and he topped Coach Lawrence.
So we all topped Hay for camp. So
we did all top Hay for camp. Hopefully he's going to listen to this soon, and he can hear us talking bad about him.
I will make sure he hears this.
Yes, you will.
I
he may come back to visit you two.
Yeah, he probably will.
All three of us.
I was going to say, he's been coming around Lincoln here last few weeks, so you could have a fun ride here soon.
I did feel like it was a big jump from junior high because, last year I was at the top of the totem pole. I was in 8th grade and there was wrestling kids younger than me, but now I'm back at the bottom. I wrestled a lot of upperclassmen this year. That was a real challenge for me, and I think that's a good thing that pushed me to get to state, was wrestling all these older guys that have a lot of experience, and they know how to do it, and I'm out wrestling with these kids and doing good against them, so I feel like that really helped me this year.
So you go over to Champaign as a freshman, you win your first match, and then the second match you go up against a stud. And this kid, he's defending state champion.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
I'll just say I lasted longer with him than the kid in the finals did. So
there you go. That's one way of looking at it.
4 seconds longer.
And this kid's a senior?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about it next year. Then.
No.
He was a two-time state champion, wasn't he?
Yeah, especially with the weight you're putting on, you won't be near that weight class, will you?
No.
Your cheeks look a little chubby. You have something in your mouth?
Yeah.
You just look a little chubby. I just wondered.
Saliva.
Coach Kendall.
You know, we were
How much
talking.
weight have you put on?
The 20-some pounds. Probably.
Holy cow!
Sitting around playing Fortnite, eating ding dongs, aren't you? Twinkies and cupcakes.
How are your
Basically.
thumbs?
Oh, they're fine. They're pretty strong.
I was gonna say, how do you get that food in your mouth with those thumbs going on that video?
I don't know.
Just wondering. There's somebody feeding you. Your dad feeding
I
you
was gonna
too?
say, his dad's probably feeding you.
I doubt that.
Hey, now your dad, he's there all the time. Does he ever get mad at you? And does he ever help coach or anything?
No. If he tries to, I tell him no. I tell him I'll find somebody else.
Yeah, I've seen him there.
So you're over. What kind of experience did you take away from Champaign? I know you're only a freshman.
Yeah.
Have you been over there to see it before?
Yeah. We go over there all the time for the state finals. I mean, that's one of the greatest places to be on a Saturday night is down in Champaign. It's just they pack the State Farm Center, and I mean all the attention's on you down on the floor. But I think like this year, I just needed that experience. I've never been down there on the floor and been wrestling, and like looking out of the tunnel, and it's just a big place to be in and wrestling in. But I mean, next year I feel like I'll be used to it.
How are the nerves? Were you nervous
Yeah,
going
I was
in?
really nervous because, like, I don't know, it's a state tournament, and being a freshman, there's a ton of upperclassmen really that are just around there, and you're the little dog in there. It feels a lot different from just going to like a regular tournament.
Did it put you at ease a little bit where you had your best friend there with you?
Yeah, it did.
And kind of taking a little bit of the pressure off where you guys could go through this experience together?
Yeah, like we've never wrestled in the same state tournament together, so I mean this year I think it felt more special.
Absolutely. That's fun stuff.
The first underclassmen duo to qualify for state, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Now next year, do you think it's going to continue on your success like you did this year, or do you think it's going to be a little tougher now that everybody's going to be gunning for you guys?
I mean, I think it's going to be easier and harder because, like, I think I'm going to have the confidence that I can go in and beat anybody, and then it's going to be harder because then, like you said, everybody's going to be gunning for you.
Everybody's going to be.
Are you
going
to look at it like that, or are you going to be looking at it like you're gunning for everybody else?
Like,
you're gunning for those top dogs,
yeah.
take them down.
Well, I'm not going to think that they're gunning for me. I'm just going out, wrestling whoever steps out in front of me.
So what do you got planned for the summer? I know you guys have been still continuing to wrestle. As far as working out, wrestling meets, what do you have planned?
I don't know. I'm going to play football, but I'm still going to put a lot of wrestling first because I'm going to be going around to a lot of camps. I mean, I'm wrestling freestyle right now, and I don't know, I'm probably going to do a few camps here and there, and I don't know if we're going to do a team camp with the whole team in the summer, but yeah, playing football and wrestling this summer.
You want to give a shout out to anybody?
I want to shout out to Post Malone because he just dropped a new album, and I haven't got a chance to listen to it. But Jaden Graham, I want to give a shout out to him.
Your mom,
my mom,
all your family,
my grandparents who are listening right now.
Your dad for running you all over the state.
Yeah, him too.
The country.
And Pat Hoban because he leaves in June, and I'm gonna miss him.
And there you go.
Is that a tear in your eye?
It is. I'm
got
gonna miss
You
Pat.
got a little choked up right
I'm
there.
gonna miss Pat.
He's a good boy. What's Hoban doing? Where's he going?
He's military.
He's going military?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's give the mic there to Trevor Bree, the sophomore, the old man of the group here. So, what was your regular season like? As being a sophomore, you've kind of experienced it as a freshman, kind of in the same boat as Austin here. As you move on from junior high to high school, already have 1 year under your belt. Now you're a sophomore. Do you kind of take on a little more of a leadership role, and or are you still kind of in between there?
Well, I felt like this year, me and Austin, like being underclassmen, I felt like we were still leaders in the mat room, and just like I think a lot of the kids looked up to us, so we had a big role in a lot of things.
Now, you guys are all freshmen and sophomore. How do those upperclassmen kind of look down on you, seeing the success you have? Are they supportive? Do they help you out, or?
Yeah, I think that when they see us like winning or whatever, I think that it makes them want to do better too. So they help us in the mat room. They push us every day. So
You guys push them.
yeah.
It helped out too because with a little bit of experience that Trevor had, and we had some open weights. We kind of threw Trevor to some big fish there a few times that I don't think we would do that to kids that aren't very experienced. Maybe we would, but he got it a little bit more than anybody else, I think, and he's gotten that a little bit more the last couple of years. So I will give him lots of props for that, for stepping up and going out and wrestling against really tough kids on other teams. Austin kind of had the nice spot there where we couldn't bounce him up or really bounce him down because we had only guys at certain weights, but Trevor we had to bounce around and bump him to a lot of tougher kids. So we won a lot of duels and that maybe we wouldn't have otherwise, and so Trevor really stepped up for the team. I just wanted to throw that in there and give you props on that one, buddy.
So what was your experience over in Champaign? Your first year as well, as a sophomore. Probably didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but you got a taste of it, and it just kind of leaves that fire burning within, doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. Like I've wrestled in big tournaments before, but it just felt different in Champaign. It was a cool experience, especially with Austin there. It was our first state tournament we've ever wrestled in. It's definitely way different than junior high.
So what do you have planned for the summer? Probably about the same stuff?
Oh, well, no, I mean, working and just...
Working?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's talk about that for a minute. Kids have jobs?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Mowing yards and helping Kate Schmidt's dad a little bit here and there.
All right, I like to hear that. How about you? You doing any work?
I don't know. I'll probably just mow grass and help Cade's dad.
I'll tell you what, I
Same
talked to a
thing.
guy down at the radiator shop. He could probably use some help.
Oh, they already got some help. They got Jake Benninger.
Well, I think you could get down there and do a little something.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. I'll talk to him today. I'm going over there.
Trevor,
I'm gonna get you a job.
you had a wrestle as a returning state champion too, didn't you?
No, the runner-up.
Runner up.
Yeah, I wrestled the runner-up.
That kid was still a beast.
I say
You took him down, didn't
still
you?
pretty good.
I thought you took him down.
Yeah, I did get a takedown on him.
You're taking it to him that first 2 minutes.
And then of all the luck, when we get over there, you guys end up wrestling at the same time.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
bad thing.
Running into this stuff. How much weight have you put on?
Like 22 pounds.
That's good, really. What? Where did I just see you just went somewhere, didn't you? I saw you somewhere. Where'd you guys just go? Did you go to an open or something?
Go to Iowa?
Yeah. I went to Marmion Academy up in Chicago and wrestled in a freestyle tournament.
How'd that go for you?
Well, I teched my first kid and then I lost my next two. I had fun though.
Tough wrestlers up
Yeah,
there.
it was wrestling a new style I'd never wrestled before, so
What's-
just went out and had fun with it.
What's freestyle? Is that
Freestyle, it's like, I don't know, the rules are kind of different. Every time your back exposes 90 degrees, they give like 2 points to the guy who, like, the offensive guy.
You don't have to have control. And
Yeah. It's not as much control and everything. Real fast paced.
fast-paced, point, get
they don't.
points.
It's a little more. What do you want to say? Dangerous?
Yeah, it's definitely.
As a coach, what do they benefit from by going and doing freestyles?
I think wrestling's wrestling, but getting that experience of freestyle and Greco just adds and gives them better rounded all around. Better wrestlers all around.
That's tough wrestlers up there. You get up in that area.
Oh yeah, Marmion, boy, that's a monster of a program.
That's where my
up
buddy
there.
Vinny's kid goes.
Oh, you got a buddy,
I got a
Vinny,
buddy up
huh?
there.
You got buddies all over the place. He's
Cole-
got buddies
Cole-
in San Francisco, buddies in Marmon. Jeez, you're so
Cole
jealous.
Rainforest up there playing basketball.
What's wrong with you? I don't know.
It's a private school. It costs a lot of money to go there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, no shortage of funds up there.
Now they brought you up, Lawrence. What year did you graduate?
Oh, I graduated '95.
95,
Ages
commonly
ago.
known as the greatest class in Lincoln Community High School history.
I believe it.
Commonly
Commonly
agree.
known.
I've never heard that before ever.
Everybody
True
knows.
story.
I think the
Everybody-
sophomore class right now is going to be the best class to graduate.
I don't
think
know.
Trevor's
That
class is gonna
95
be the
class,
best.
we turned out some
Yeah.
top quality product there, my friends.
Oh yeah.
So is either one of you guys ever rolled up Lawrence?
No,
Okay.
never.
Just wanted to see if you'd be honest on the air.
I got the big belly over here, as Murph would say.
Old man strong.
Teacher.
If he laid on his back and you guys got to get him in any holes you wanted, could you pit him or no?
Definitely. But see,
No,
Dietrich.
you can't.
Dietrich.
See, Dietrich though, we
Go
can
out
take
right
him.
here on the concrete if they want to find out.
Let's have some insurance waivers signed.
I was going to say that this may not end up good for anybody here.
That was tough.
You want to give a shout out to anybody, Trevor?
Yes.
Pat Hoban, like Austin said, I'm gonna miss him.
Family.
And Tyler Vance, Jaden Graham. That's about it.
About it, huh?
What about your coaches? Where you left those guys out?
I've shouted them out enough this year.
What about those moms that get everything together for all that stuff? Those
Yeah, shout out to my
tournaments?
parents,
There you go. All right.
for
Just
helping
checking
me,
on you. We'll help you guys with
my
some of this stuff.
grandparents.
We can help you with the finals if you need. It'd be these two more so than me.
Yeah, washing your disgusting wrestling gear.
When's the last day of school?
I think there's like
20 days left, I think.
the seniors, like,
Get out in 8 days, I think.
yeah, they have one more full week left. I think we have like just over 2. So
The countdown
can't
is
wait for
on.
that.
Yeah, countdown's on. We'll enjoy it now, guys, because before you know it, you'll be seniors, and you know,
Or you know, you'll be like me and Jason
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
in downtown
That and
Fibs,
talking about how good your
Reflecting back on your high school.
class was.
making up
Can't wait till the
stories.
show's over so you can go to McDonald's.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for taking some time. We'll be following you guys as you guys progress through your high school career, and we look forward to seeing you again in Champaign next March or February, whenever it is. February, end of February. So,
Thank
all right,
you.
guys. Thanks for coming in, and good luck in the future. All right,
job,
that's
boys.
Austin O'Donohue and Trevor Bree, your stud wrestlers from Lincoln Community High School, Joe.
They're pretty good. That's fun to go watch. And hats off to that
Hats off.
wrestling coaching staff, because you guys did an excellent job, and Lincoln Wrestling's on its way up.
Thank you.
Nice work.
All right. Any last words there, Joe?
No, I just said Lincoln Wrestling's on its way up. Get out and watch it. The sectional here was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
The you know, those home meets you pop in and out of, they're a weeknight, sometimes tough to get to, but you know, the holiday tournament and that sectional, if we can get that back sometime.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's fun.
But we only graduated, what, 3 seniors, I think? So we're going to be returning
There
pretty tough
again.
next year. Yeah.
be turning some heads.
Yeah. All right.
Turned heads down at that state tournament.
And we have some good freshmen coming in, so
Deal.
should be a
Good
good
stuff.
time.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we're talking NFL draft. So stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats on 96.3 FM.
Can you play this on the drums?
Of course.
What's the name of that song?
Oh, that's by Rush.
Free Will, my friend.
That's what I said. Free Will by Rush.
Free Willy.
Free Will. You know, I can't believe that I was trying to get Lars and Kirk to come on our show, and they didn't want to. And I thought we could bring in some Metallica, play a few songs. Can you play any Metallica?
Of course.
Why are you just reading on the internet?
Because I'm
You're supposed to be the leader of this show, and you're doing nothing. This is what you do during commercial breaks, not live on the air. Am I right, Jim? I mean, if we're going to talk about professionalism,
well, you come in there and I was letting you run with a little bit there.
well, I don't want to run. What, like a dog on a leash? Eventually, you're just going to pull that chain, and wow,
Yeah.
am I going to choke me? My neck hurts the rest of the day. I'm not doing that.
I'm just waiting for you to.
You guys jumped. You know all about that, don't you,
I
Jim?
do.
Yeah. I watch that dog all the time. Take off running, forget that chain's on. Yep. Then you're coughing, throat swells up, can't swallow.
My little pup, she thinks she can pull you around the block. Those are darndest.
Take off running on you.
Holy
How
cow.
are the dogs treating you? You got to get up middle of the night, take them out.
Nope.
No,
Little Mags is potty trained now, I would say.
no, they're. You know what? They're a little bit of a problem at times. What'd you say? A little bit of times. They're fun most of the
They're
time.
pretty fun.
It's a nice job of driving right there.
Oh yeah, that's mailman or something. Mail lady.
Nail lady.
All right,
even
we
a
are
word?
back at Four Corners Lube.
Finally.
It's a windy Saturday morning. It's a little chilly, but it's
Not bad, really.
that sun's popping out here across behind that billboard. That helps a little
Give a
bit.
shout out to Jeff Maxwell for setting this up for us
Jeff
out here.
Maxwell, thanks.
Well, shout out to you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Pretty nice out here.
It's not too bad. We've been in worse conditions, so
We have?
yeah, we have, and
This is true.
Yeah, that time we made
darn near lost a pinky
Coach
toe.
Richmond cry out there at Stacy's Pharmacy that year.
No,
Remember how cold it
we're
was?
talking about Pulaski.
Yeah.
Oh, Pulaski.
This
Pulaski
was
was
before
rough.
your time, Joe.
Oh, yeah. I'm the
Just
youngster
me
of the
and
group.
Jake. It was
It
miserable.
was brutal.
You guys watch any of the NFL draft?
I did.
You did. A lot of Bears fans in the area. How you think they fared? I love the first round. Jake, we talked a little bit about last week up at the Blue Dog, a little pre-draft, and
You guys right?
and we talked about needing a middle linebacker.
Yep.
And if you want to roll that tape, we did say that we need a middle linebacker.
we phoned what our pick was in when the pick came up, and the Bears said, you know what, that looks good.
Did you guys make the correct pick last week on the air?
We didn't actually.
We didn't make picks.
actually make
We just
picks. We were just
talk needs.
going over needs and positions and.
Now there was two guys out there that I really wanted them to see to get, and that was Quentin Nelson, the guard from Notre Dame, and Roquan Smith, the linebacker from Georgia. Two needs that I was kind of disappointed we didn't get Nelson because he's one of those
once in a lifetime, once in a
deals.
decade. Yeah.
And you never know. Injuries happen.
don't know.
And but he was the sure thing. Indianapolis Colts took him right before the Bears, which really surprised me. I thought they might go with a linebacker, but they've got Andrew Luck, and they need to protect him.
Do they?
Well, he's
Maybe.
there.
Or somebody.
Yeah, somebody hasn't played for a while, but so the Bears, they did address a need, and they didn't trade down, which I thought they could do as well to get more picks. But Roquan Smith, he's another one of those I wouldn't say once in a lifetime picks, but he's pretty solid linebacker.
He's not a real big guy.
No,
which
but-
is not necessarily a bad thing. Low center of gravity.
Speed.
He's
Quick.
quick too. He's a big guy. I mean, he's just he's a very strong individual.
Yeah,
and very smart.
Smart, speed, size. Sometimes it matters with your endurance,
It can
in and out. But if you're that elusive
and
get to the ball, it can cover sideline to sideline.
the conference
and drop
he was
back.
in, he showed off all those skills, and that conference it's almost like a minor leagues to the NFL, really. I mean, it's so many of them get drafted.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be a good pick. I like him. I really like the pick. I like what the Bears did really about all the way around. I mean, there wasn't much you could improve on. I mean, they have a lot of needs.
Yeah, they do.
And you only have so many picks.
Yeah, and well, another need they need. There you go. Another need they need. Great.
I wasn't even going to pick on it. You
Great
rolled it.
grammar there.
You roll it.
I just, I can,
You can go
make
with
fun
it.
of myself, but offensive line was another need, and they went out yesterday, second round, took James Daniels, offensive lineman from Iowa.
Yeah.
Big guy, and he's going to be their guard. They're going to leave Whitehair at center, and this guy's going to be their guard. And he's a big physical guy as well.
I think they made an excellent pick with this choice. I mean, he's a stud, man. He is a really big guy, and he played center, which you have to be, I think, a little more athletic.
Yeah, and smart.
And smart.
yeah.
So I think they made a great pick here. They a lot of the people on the NFL Network thought he should have been picked earlier. So I think it's a good win there. And again, another need addressed. So.
We make a big deal out of the draft, and I'm one that likes the draft too. And then
I love
they show those old highlight clips of of guys taken and
where they at
yeah,
now.
you don't even remember the names.
Who is that?
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
You just can't pick that stuff. But I mean, obviously you look at it all and then you get lucky with some, But what was Brady?
Like he was like a 6th-round pick.
Yeah, he was
But that
was
was
late.
That was back when you really didn't have the social media and the type of game tapes they have now. I mean, there's film.
It's totally different.
There's film, and it's broken down so much more. Where
I mean, they've got scouts and people looking at films of ISU games of Memphis. I mean, look at
picking it apart, showing you the best and showing you the worst.
That's exactly right. You don't find those needle in the haystacks anymore because every team has seen them 150 times.
As a lesson to those young kids out there, and I know that us old folks, we always talk about it, but I can't think. What's the quarterback's name from Wyoming?
Josh Allen. Josh Rosen.
No, Rosen went to the Cardinals. I can't think of his name, but we'll look it up here in a minute. But they're picking on him about stuff he did on the internet when he was 15, 16 years old. That it's coming back to haunt him, and it'll haunt him out there. The fans will call stuff, and you're not very smart when you're that age. I'm not very smart now. When you're 15, 16 years old, you're not very smart. And to be able to hold that against you, you got to think about that stuff.
Well,
kids don't, but
just think. I mean, it comes down to the social media now.
Yeah.
Back 20 years ago, I mean, there was no documentation on what people say.
Yeah.
And am I saying it's right? Absolutely not. But it's just what today the society is, social media. Anything you say, publish, or do, it's going to be out there. So me, if I'm going to be drafted in an NFL draft, when I sign with that agent, the first thing you're going to do is delete all your social media. Get rid of it, erase it, and
you have a fake one.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, if any team that's already been looking at you, they already have.
They already have.
Yeah, they know it. But it's like they're talking about. He's going to have to go into that locker room, and he's going to have to explain it in there to those guys, and then he's going to get to the field, and when he throws interceptions or he does whatever, and things are going wrong, they're going to bring it up again to him. He's got to overcome all.
But real quick, is it a bad thing though? I mean, at what point? And now we're talking about these professional football players in this format, but at what point does a prospective employee look at what he's doing in life and be like, I need to reel this in,
Sure.
And for parents out there, at what point do you look at them and say, hey, you can't do this, and just stamp a period on it?
Yeah, and that's like you said. It was when he was 15 and 16. These kids. That's just, I guess, what you call locker room talk, and they don't realize that it's something that they really shouldn't say because it's a derogatory.
I'm sure Trump would have never dated Dusty if he would have known he was going to be president.
Well, yeah, true. It is true, and it is what it is. I'm sure. He's not that type of kid. He seems like he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders.
I wanted him out with Arizona, man. He's a big dude, 6'5". He can gun the ball.
Real quick,
I'll take Rosen.
The Bears.
I was gonna say, I like your pick.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that here in a minute, but sticking with the Bears just for a sec. The Bears, they don't have a third-round pick.
Yep.
So they jumped up to the third round. They traded their first pick in the fourth round and next year's second round pick to move up in the third round, and they took a receiver out of Memphis, Anthony Miller, who he dropped a little bit because he's had a foot injury. But he's supposed to be one of those top end receivers that could really help the Bears.
Receivers always worry me in the draft. It's all of a sudden they go from not as big of a spotlight to the biggest spotlight, and especially if you're drafted fairly high. Boy, they make it tough. I mean, I've seen, just in the Bears team alone, how many busts have we seen that they've drafted as wide receiver?
Boy, that's a sharp-looking.
Yeah, that's a good-looking ride. Mr. Ed in there rolling around. Look at Mr. Ed showing off.
Getting on it. Okay,
look at him. He's on two wheels making that corner.
That's a slick truck.
You guys out at Exodus better talk to Mr. Ed because he just made a turn down here on two wheels. We know you're listening.
And a brand new Raptor.
How many wide receivers have we seen that are absolute busts?
Well, the Bears have one right now.
Oh, we've had a few, but I mean, and that goes back to Joe's point. You don't remember a lot of them, but we've had quite a few we've drafted and we've had hopes for. And even look at one of the guys that you would say maybe has been more successful, Alphron Jeffries. Was he really any good? He was hurt 3/4 of the time he was with the Bears.
Yeah.
Played very few games, caught a few great touchdown passes. And that was it. You didn't have that consistent anything with it.
Well, it's just wide receiver position is one of those probably lightning in a bottle type situations where they're not very common, and you don't, every once in a while you'll find the elite, like a Odell Beckham or a Dez Bryant, but it's like it's like the running back position that used to be one of your top picks in the draft. Now they feel that you can find a good running back, later in 3rd, 4th, 5th round, just because the toll they take on it, and they don't have a long-lasting career in the NFL. So
they often want to pick a kid that's a freshman or sophomore in college because he hasn't taken that beating. Right. And so what do you think of Barkley?
Yeah.
I mean, he gets what was number 2? Yeah,
the Giants took him number 2, and the number 1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield.
What do you think of that?
What do I think of that? It really surprised me because that was just kind of, talk as the week rolled on that the Cleveland Browns might take him number 1. I thought they might take that Sam Darnold first or whatever his name is.
Donaldson.
No, it's not Donaldson.
Donald Duck.
Whatever.
And Joe's back.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm sorry, but I'm going to root for him, Baker, I guess. But but you know what? I just can't take a 6-foot quarterback. I mean, and then don't get me wrong. I know they're going, well, look at some of them, and you're right. Look at some of them. Yeah. They're special. But I mean, is he special? I don't know.
I mean, he's kind of in that. He's in the Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow kind of.
Yeah, just not sure about it.
You're not sure. Very athletic kid, but can he play in the NFL?
How's Jameis Winston in Tampa? How's that one?
That's pretty good.
How was it? Last year was
But is he 6'1"? I don't think he is. Maybe.
Who? Winston?
No.
He's
on the back of his card. It might say 6'1".
6 foot and a half.
5'11".
Yeah, that's short. And then I don't know what his 40 times were.
Well, Doug Flutie was enough to make.
I was about ready to say. Sounds like Dick is talking about Flutie.
But hold on though, when you go back to the Flutie days, and God bless him, but the people on the defensive side of the ball weren't what they are now.
They're not as big, as fast, and
that's true.
But it's just the evolution of the game, I guess. And he's proved he can play, he can make plays, and Cleveland, they usually screw it up. So they've had the number 1 pick for how many years now?
Let's talk about.
They had number 1 and number 4. Number 4, I thought they were going to take Chubb, and they take the cornerback from Ohio State and Ward. And
let's talk about the beginning of the draft, though, where you're watching. I would guess that the NFL brought out those 3 Cowboys to fire everybody up, and they still couldn't overcome the boos that were coming at Goodell, which I thought was funny.
It's like that every year.
Oh yeah,
it's just a staple.
And then the Eagles guy comes out. I think that was in the 2nd round, maybe. Comes out there and starts screaming, NFC East champion, NFC champion, NFL world champion. Well, I tell you what, that was fun.
That was fun.
Now, do you think, it was kind of a touching moment and it was kind of neat, but them bringing out Shazier, is that kind of, I've heard it both ways where, boy, you're showing these young kids that this sport's brutal and this could happen to you. And then the other side is, well, this guy's walking again where they never thought he would, and he's out there introducing to Pittsburgh's, draft pick.
It's a dangerous sport. There's no doubt about it.
Well, look at Johnny Knoxville, same way. He's
all sports are
Knox, whatever his name is.
Johnny Knoxville.
Well, he's the same way.
We cyber jumped to Tennessee now.
Jackass movie.
And Johnny Knox, he had a bad injury as well, where they were talking he could be,
It happens. It happens in baseball. You got guys sitting over there that tore a rotator cuff. And
Chris Bryant's not playing right now because he took a freaking 95-mile fastball to the face.
Well, that hurts.
I've seen guys like Mike Matheny shake it right off. Was back the next game.
Well, you know what? We talk about the Cardinals pick. I'm going to root for that kid, and he is what we want. He's a bright, athletic kid that can play. He's 6'5".
He's got a little chip on his shoulder.
But then he makes that statement.
I like it.
I don't.
His coach didn't help him any. In Jim Mora, when asked who's the best quarterback in this draft, he didn't help him out any at all.
He did not.
And that could have dropped him 3 or 4 spots right there. And that just tells you behind the scenes that this kid's not really well liked. And you see
he's a bit arrogant.
He's a little arrogant. Yes, you like that competitive nature.
He's not Johnny Manziel, though. I didn't get that from him.
No,
but why would you make that statement? What do you think about being 10th pick? And he said, I think there were 9 mistakes before me.
Well, guess what he just did?
Why would you say that?
He just put a target on his back.
Yeah, you could have said a lot of things but that.
Well, he wasn't coached up.
I kind of like the edge.
Oh,
I like the size. I like the cannon.
I love everything about him.
I like his smarts.
Yeah, he's been injured. That hurts.
It doesn't matter if he gets to that clubhouse and says the right things with his offensive line, with his wide receivers, and they all like him. If the rest of the league can hate him, doesn't matter.
If your teammates like you, that's all that matters.
I
that's
agree.
All that matters.
But you need more. I just don't see the need for that, to say that. But blah blah.
blah. You look back at like John Elway and Marino. Do you think they cared what the other teams thought about them? Never. The only thing they cared about was their teammates and their team.
Yeah, but they didn't really, or did they? Did they make statements like that?
Oh well. Not as well known, but yes, Marino talked about how good he was to the cameras. It's just it wasn't social media and everything else blowing it out there. Elway talking about how he should win all these titles before he actually won his titles. Yeah, they made statements like that.
Elway said, "I'll play baseball if you make me go to." Where was he going? The Colts or something? Well. And staying on the football thing, I got to go to Raider Nation. Big thrill. Went over there.
How was that?
It was it's a concrete jungle. It's like old Busch Stadium.
Yep.
Just sitting out there. It's called the BART. Went under the bay and over there and went to an A's game.
So what'd you go out there for? Just for?
I tell you what, big
jacking around. But I was going to say I went to a day game, Oakland A's, and sit in the sun, and it was hot. And the very next day, went to the night game at San Francisco.
And that wind coming in off that bay.
It was 25 degrees and I froze.
Yeah.
It was the wind was unbelievable.
How was the stadium for San Francisco?
No, you know what? It's cool. It's very cool. You got the bay back there, and the guys in the kayaks, you can hit home runs.
A lot of people say it's the best stadium in baseball.
Gosh, I don't know if it is. I don't think it is.
No?
I don't. Busch is pretty nice, and so Busch is just as good as those. And then
easy.
And I'm a Wrigley fan. Wrigley. If you drop me off in a helicopter, I'd go all the time. That's a cool place.
Well, I'm sure you have a buddy with the helicopter.
I do want to tell you my favorite snack that I didn't buy at San Francisco.
A corn dog.
Was you can get a half of a crab sandwich. It's a half.
Oh, just a half of crab?
Of a crab sandwich with a little piece of lettuce on it for $18.50. I thought that was a heck of a deal.
Half? It was half.
You didn't want to get a full one for $37. It wasn't even a full piece of bread. It was cut in half for $18.50. And there were people waiting in line. It was like, holy cow.
Must have been good.
I'll starve.
Must have been a good piece of crab. Hey, let's take another quick commercial break. Come back. We'll wrap it up with maybe.
I may be on one of these mowers when you come back.
MLB going on right now. Yeah, we are about a month in.
And have we talked about where we are? Because I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it. We're at Four Corners.
I just didn't know if we had in a while.
And it's demo day for Jake.
Stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats, 96.3 FM.
I got the cowbell.
Why don't you come over and play?
I got the cowbell.
You got cowbell? More cowbell. We need more cowbell.
You know who you shouldn't fear? Who?
The cowbell.
That's right.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on 96.3, where we are at Four Corners Lube, and our very own Jake Johnston is taking a grasshopper for a test spin. Where'd he go?
He's out on the fairway over there.
He's out there cruising around trying to figure out how to mow, and he's not even mowing. He's just doing circles, making himself dizzy.
The view on there. Yeah, he'll be.
Here he comes,
he
right
may
here.
after this.
He's got to put the mower deck down if he's wanting to mow. He's just mowing air right now.
I'll tell you what, he might get hit by a car.
Yeah, there's a good possibility something's getting damaged. The fine folks at Four Corners gave him a key, and now they're pacing around nervously, waiting for him to bring their mower back.
Yeah, they're all up. I think they've already called an ambulance.
Hey!
They don't have far to go.
You can't litter,
from right
Floyd.
down here.
Come on now. What is
That's
wrong?
all he does. Lloyd, I bet you got in trouble a lot in school when you were young, didn't you, Lloyd?
So Joe, you went on a little bit of a little trip to the West Coast. Went and caught a A's game and a Giants game. Now, you've been to several stadiums because you've got buddies all over the USA. What's your favorite stadium to go to besides Busch Stadium?
Well,
Because you're a Cardinal fan, obviously you like Busch Stadium. But
Tennessee
you've been to-
Titans. Well, football or baseball, I don't know. A major sport. I thought the Titans place was great. I think he's turned his mic on. Tennessee Titans that was an awesome place. Chiefs was an awesome place. The mower right in behind us here.
Yeah, I don't really care for that. And he's back.
Now he's going to put his headset on. Should have faced us.
Yeah, we had you going. You just wouldn't talk.
And we're back.
And Jake is back. How was the grasshopper?
This is nice, brother. Rear discharge, front mounted mower, zero turn. This thing's nice, man. Get
Now,
around. I like the rear discharge a lot, man. That thing's great.
How do you know? You weren't even mowing anything.
I was cutting down a little bit.
No.
I didn't have it down deep. You don't want this too early in the year to have your grass be mowed too low.
Oh,
you got to
really?
keep that grass mowed high. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want it to root deep, and that way it stays greener longer. Nice plush lawn. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good advice from you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is your tires need inflated, so be careful on those. I'm not sure that's a problem.
Oh, yeah. That needs some air right there.
You be
that would
be careful with
It's
that,
me.
Jake.
That's me.
And what would one put right here? What's that for?
That is for a cold beverage on a cold day, or on a day like today, maybe a little warmer.
Maybe some coffee.
Maybe a little warmer beverage.
maybe
A Diet Cola or something?
a Diet Cola.
or something with barley and hops in it. I don't know.
Maybe a good breakfast blend, if you would.
Yeah, if you would.
But no, this is a great mower, man. Holy cow, a lot of power. It's a diesel engine, front mount, zero turn. This thing, I tell you what, I mowed around a wee little metal flag that's in the yard there that I don't know, it looks like the electric company put out there or something. I mowed right around that thing almost to perfection. This thing turns on a dime, man. This thing's perfect.
We'll be the judge of that.
You would definitely want a large yard for this thing, 72-inch wide.
And you're kind of a huskier guy. Any problem pulling you around on it? I mean,
These tires, as you can tell, this tire here, I've flexed out a little bit.
still holding up pretty well.
Well, it was so much nicer when he was gone.
Okay, I'll be gone.
This is nice. Seat's very comfortable. I mean, they have a whole bunch of the Grasshopper products. Husqvarna's out here for you to try out. And if you want some used ones, I know they get used ones in as well. So
Yeah, that's a nice mower.
this is sweet. This is exactly what my father's needing.
Well, why don't you
Not
buy it
gonna
for
lie.
him?
Well, he's a farmer. He can pony up when he wants to.
Oh,
And ride it off.
yeah. You know who wants it. Hey, Dad, buy this mower so I can use it.
So when I come out and mow on Sunday mornings, it won't take me as long.
You can put a little umbrella thing over the top
He's got
of it.
60-inch, and 72 would be a little quicker. That rear discharges.
Just buy another 60
I don't know if
inch.
you understand what that rear
200.
discharge does, but
I don't. What's it do?
Well, it kicks it straight out from underneath the body of the mower, as opposed to kicking out the
the
side,
side.
so you don't have to have that big
Chute.
chute on the side. which in a big mower like this, that's pretty important. You're not smacking that thing off whatever. On top of that, you're not getting the rocks and everything flipping back near as hard. So it's not, you have a less chance of smashing a window or anything like that.
You're mowing grass, not driveways.
Well, out in the country there,
never know.
Scotty.
Never know.
Stuff tends to be where it's not supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Exactly right.
And on one of these big boys, I mean, you know, it's old man rules when you're out in the country mowing. Joe, you know this. You don't get off the mower.
Exactly
Why does he know that? Because he's old man, or he mows?
And he mows a big yard.
The rules. You get on the mower, you don't get off.
You do not get off.
No trimming.
Do you mow, or do you hire it out?
Weed kill.
Yep.
Do you hire your mowing out, or do you mow?
I mow. What do you mean hire?
I don't know.
Joe is too cheap to have somebody mow. Come on.
I didn't know you knew how to mow.
Well,
I'm sorry,
you know what? It was nice when I wasn't here.
No, it wasn't. I didn't know you knew how to mow.
Tell you what, I can mow. I can leap tall buildings. I can do a lot of stuff. I can jump over that McDonald's building.
I want to see that.
Maybe not.
All right.
Well,
guess what, guys? Time's up.
Well, is it already?
Well, we got a minute to go.
Last week of volleyball for my daughters.
Yeah.
The Chloe finished last night. Savannah is finishing up this morning, and then my oldest girl Sydney, she will be in a play this afternoon.
A play.
Yep.
And what will this play be about?
You know what? I'm not really.
Yeah.
3 guys on a radio show.
Yeah.
No, she
just jode it.
She doesn't have a talking part, so
You know what jode it means?
I do
It
know.
means you bring up a topic but know nothing about it.
Well,
but for you guys to talk about, I'm trying to help.
Oh, okay.
she doesn't talk much about it because she doesn't have a speaking part. So,
Well, that's perfect. Who wants a speaking part in a play?
well, I think most of the kids.
Oh, man.
But
I wouldn't. I'll be a 3.
But being the freshman, she does not
Look
get
like a
out
tree. The big old green coat on. All right. Well, I'd like to thank Four Corners Lube for having us today. Looks like they're pretty busy in there. Must be that time of the year where everybody needs their oil changed. Next week will be Jake's, maybe some outdoor furniture.
Yeah, we got the outdoor stuff just came in. We should have it all assembled.
We'll be at the Red
I'm
Barn.
sure they'll be putting it out there here in moments.
All right. Well, we're going to be at the Red Barn tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully it's warmer.
Next Saturday, maybe.
Yeah. Yep. Next Saturday we'll be at the Red Barn.
That you like.
Setting on some new outdoor furniture. And if you stop by, we'll let you make it your own, because that's what we do at Jake's Furnishings.
You done?
No. NFL draft going on again today, guys. Probably watched a little bit of it. Baseball going on. Cubs and the Brewers. Who are the Cardinals playing right now? Pirates.
Yep.
Time the Cubs play.
I'm sure this afternoon sometime, 1:20 maybe. I don't know. I haven't really looked. Why, you going to watch?
That'd be fun to watch them get beat.
Well, they haven't lost yet, so. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'd like to thank our sponsors for sponsoring this show.
And hold on, a special thanks out there again to Jeff Maxwell for setting us all up out here.
Setting us up outside, and 20-degree, 10 below wind chill. All right, that's going to do it for us. We will see you next week from Jake's Furnishings.
Good day.
The Cheap Seats Live Saturday morning sports show on WLCN 96.3 and